Welcome, mortal. It is good to see you here in one piece. You were meant to arrive a fortnight ago. Yes, that makes sense. Trouble with the wagons. Well, I'm very glad that you were able to make it, regardless. So, as I understood it, you have been selected by your lord to gain an audience with me. Yes, I owe him a favor of sorts. So I guess this is how we make it even. But despite all that, I am so happy to meet you. You can call me Lady Indigo. Does that work for you? Very good. Now, we do have limited time. I have a court to rule, and the night is only so long. You, of course, know my true nature. You are a ghoul, are you not? Yes, it seems you are. There's something in the air, something in your eyes as well. I can see it, that blind devotion you have for your lord. Don't worry. Although you are separated, you will be taken care of well. In my castle, I will make sure of it. And I am sure that your lord has packed you enough of his vitae to survive for a little while. Good. Well, if you are in any trouble this following week, I think you were staying, you can ask any of my handmaids for anything you might need, and it will be supplied to you. But, like I said, limited time. So you wanted to ask me some questions, correct? Yeah, I have them all written down here. I think this is a little easier so you don't forget anything. I will have a scribe pen down all of my answers later tonight. Alright. So first, when and where were you born? That must be early 12th century, I think. And I was born not too far away. About a month's travel from here was where my family's castle used to be. So yeah, I'm from around this area. And well, I was sired in my 20s, as you can see by my appearance. What is your preferred method of dealing with pretenders to the throne? Well, I have a couple ways of dealing with that, and I don't think I could reveal all of them to you. But you, of course, must know about my royal guard. They are intimidating enough that most people tend to back away. And of course, my Justicar takes care of everything that slips through the cracks. What is your take on the Prince of Amsterdam? The Prince of Amsterdam. What is Amsterdam exactly? Is this a place? If it is not one that I've personally heard of, I'm afraid. With age, do you kind of grow to a point where feeding becomes less required and more of a time waster? Oh, no, never. You should know this. Has your lord never... never mind. I won't hold it against you. But no, we still require blood for as long as we live. Of course, when we slip into torpor, as ancient kindreds tend to do for extended periods of time, they will conserve their pool of vitae, but otherwise we need to feed at least every other day to replenish our strengths. For if not, it will become increasingly difficult to rise at night, and eventually we do slip into torpor, and we have to rely on our ghouls to revive us, if at all possible. What was your life like before you were embraced, and what made you decide the life of immortality? Life was a lot simpler back then. I thought I knew what my future was going to be like. Me and my brother's future. Me and Skylar, we were quite close back then. We would always get along even from when we were small children. So much has changed, obviously, and he... well, let's just say we don't see eye to eye on many things anymore. But I digress. Life was simpler. I was a lady, and I was supposed to be wed to a prince, be his queen, live out my happily ever after with a bunch of beautiful, rosy-cheeked children clutching at my skirts. But fate was not kind, and it granted me another life against my will. But still, we have to live with the cards we are dealt, and these were mine. But it has not been all bad, of course. I now still have donned the role of queen, and now I rule without a man to call my better. So it seems some things work out after all, even if they might be different as you expect them to. Being immortal and all, most kindreds pick a certain skill or hobby to master and perfect. To this end, what if you decided to turn your hand to, and why? Well, I'm not a very artistic person, unfortunately, but I have been journaling for as long as I can remember. I have always penned down the events of my days, and, well, I've been known to dabble in some fiction as well. That is how I spent my little free time, by writing about things that could have been, things that may still come to pass, or things so fantastical that they could never take place in a world such as this. But I do take joy in it, definitely. What is your official title? Are you a queen, baroness, etc.? Do you govern your lands, or is it a position more of an honorary one? My official title is just Queen Indigo, but I prefer people to call me Lady Indigo. My title is not just an honorary one. I do reign over my queendom. And while I do have a group of advisors around me, my words is law. Greetings, my vampire queen. Is there anyone worthy enough to be embraced by you, and what sort of things do you do in your spare time? Well, I already mentioned the writing that I do, and besides that, I am known to go on the occasional hunts, but that is not something that happens all too often. During festivals and before great feasts that I hold for my people, those types of events tend to be accompanied by royal hunts. And your other question, is anyone worthy enough to be embraced by me? That is a difficult question. I'm not sure if I'd want to take away life from anyone. It already pains me enough what I have to do to some amongst my people, take away their freedoms and liberties. But of course I don't do such things without cause. Still, I'm not sure. I don't think it's a matter of worth. It's more an emotional matter, truly. Did you choose all of your personal guard after interviews as intimate as Parker's? I see rumors spread quite fast in these parts, don't they? But no, Parker is... he is special to me. Very, very special. Fair nocturnal queen, how do you unwind after a long night of ruling your folk? Unwind. If I have the time, I will let my handmaidens draw me a bath. That is true bliss, a warm bath with sweet-smelling soaps. I can really look forward to such a moment while I'm having court for hours and hours on end. Are there any spots left in your personal guard? As of right now, no. Although times are turbulent, I would not say we are on the brink of war, but there have been stirrings in our peace, so I might have to start recruiting. Who knows? But for now, no, there are not any spots open. Where's your castle located, my lady? The Crimson Castle is located in the middle of my queendoms. My lands stretch out all around it. But, well, for the records, of course you know as well as me that we are located in Europe. Do you often collect taxes in the dungeons, and what dark things lurk there? Oh yes, I do collect taxes from some people in the dungeons. But if you end up in a place such as that, well, let's just say you would have definitely displeased me. And dark things that lurk. You mean besides Mara? Well, her vigilance patrol makes sure that other dark things don't find a home there, so I don't tell anyone that. So I like to keep everyone scared of that place, because there are things in there that I would not like the common folk to see. Is your desire for virginal blood a curse, or simply a preference? Yes, this is my curse, as it is a part of my clan weakness. Not a lot of people know that, but I guess seeing how close you are to your lord, this is information that you would be privy to. No, it is not simply a preference. I simply cannot take sustenance from anyone who is not pure and unspoiled. How was your first feeding like? Traumatic. They brought a young virgin before me, a boy. I was so overcome with thirst, hunger. I could feel something dark stir inside me, and I could not control myself. The boy did not live. Since then, I've been able to control myself much, much better, but that first time, I will never forget his sacrifice. What are the challenges of being a ruler that can only run things at night? Is there someone you trust enough to run the day affairs without attempting to usurp you? Oh yes, that one is easy. I have, just like your lord, a group of extremely loyal ghouls who help me settle my affairs during the day. So no worries about that. Let's see, I think those were all of your questions, were they not? Or did you have any other ones that you wanted to ask me? No? Okay. Now, let's see, I have here a list of close associates. Yes. I can list these all for you, if you wish. Alessandra T, Sierra, Drew S, Jerry H, Ryan J, Leighton C, Josh C, Cody Anna, Isabella R, Jepson, Josh Rum, Cameron G, Will H, Joshua P, Taylor K, Jason E, Alvin T, Randy McSee, Substance ASMR, Black, Rajat T, Caleb C, Michael H, Luke A, Jacob C, Sundiver, Kevin M, Luke A, Sleaze Machine Gun, Dan Gell, Holden MG, Bo L, Brandon H, Talipo, Bob V, Caleb G, Ross C, Adam J, Vadaroth O, Demon Azrael, Randall F, Defective Tactic, Pierre, Even B, Mark B, Michelle J, 10 Speed XX, Nico L, Dale P, Kiki, Yuri N, Bryn, Bloody X Nocturne, Ptor, Wiseman, Chris B, Hayden T, Soren, Eneodox, Lord Benjamin Salt, Snufkin Nate, Cameron C, Strömden, Eric G, Frogman Savage, Adam, Matthew R, Gavin L, Jim F, Nicholas N, Shogun 42, Justin P, James S, Dante S, HSHGF, David M, Daddy Bobaddy, Tyranda Whispers, Cameron R, Connor J.M, Nicholas, Joseph G, Marcellus A, Courtney, Matthew C, Byron C. You have quite a few associates with very, very strange names. Where are they from? Very odd, but I guess it works. Now, you also had a couple of requests to calm you down. How lucky you are. Getting a calming, relaxing, healing treatment by a queen. Not many like you can say they've ever gotten such a thing, so consider yourself very lucky. Let's see. It seems you requested a series of triggers, you call them? Let's see. Ear blowing. Okay. I can do that. Softly blowing in your ears. How was that? Is that your liking? You know, I always find it so strange. Others of my kind kindred who don't breathe on a regular. Of course, we need to for speaking, but some just don't do it when they don't need it. Perhaps I've just gotten so used to it, dealing with so many mortals, but still, it feels uncanny to me. Interesting. I hope that satisfied you. And this is also what you like. Just having your face touched. I'm sorry if my touch is a little bit on the cold side. I used my vaping to heat it up just a little bit. So I'm not entirely unpleasant to the touch, but still I know that I'm a little colder than most mortals. You will allow me to feed off of you, won't you, at the end of this? Oh yes. There's no shame at all. Being virginal. Quite the contrary. I've come to appreciate those. We're pure for obvious reasons. Your skin is so soft. It's not the rough skin of a warrior. You must work to gather intelligence. Spy of sorts. I'm not worried. I didn't tell you anything that your lords didn't already know. Besides, he is a long-standing friend of mine. I have nothing to fear from you, nor the person you work for. Everything's gonna be okay. I hope you forgive me for being a little chatty. I've always been chatty. It's one of my faults, I suppose. quite wonderful seeing you get so relaxed. Let's see. Doing that right? What is it about the sound that is so inherently relaxing? Curious. And some kisses, huh? Definitely a rare thing, being kissed by your queen. But I shall indulge as I promised. Let's see what else you would like. Some hypnosis. And you even want some. What is vaping? Do you have a device for that? We'll do that in just a bit. Let's see. Some sniffling first. Oh, you do smell good. Now, give me just a moment. Just a moment while I put in my nose. Alright. Now, where was this device that you wanted me to use? What is this? Strange item. Does not look like something that fits in this time. Metal and this is some sort of Steamworks device. So you put your finger here and then you inhale these vapors. Are they meant to evoke some sort of effect, or? Very well then. I trust you. Such a pleasant taste. What is in here exactly? Interesting, interesting. Quite interesting. Is this a prototype of sorts, or are there more? You have to give me the blueprint of this. I like to have my engineers tinker with it. Good. I hope that satisfied you as well. Nice. The hypnosis. What would you like me to hypnotize you into? Look into my eyes, mortal. Look into my eyes and focus on my voice, and only my voice. You can feel how calm you've gotten in my presence, how comfortable, how at ease. You enjoy being here so much. You feel your body slow down. Your heart rate is going down steadily. And your breathing is deep and slow. You feel so calm in my presence. You never ever want to leave. You want to give me your blood. There's nothing for your neck to me. Expose the delicious vein and allow me to open it up and drink from your crimson fountain. When I count down from 5, when I reach 1, you'll turn your head sideways and give me your queen access to your exposed neck so I can feed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So obedient. That's how I like my subject. Now then. Yeah. So very, very good. Better than I could have even imagined. The other side, please. Good. Perfect. Now, you're quite the devious one, wanting a couple kisses with my bloody lips. Now, I do think that it might be time for us to wrap things up. But I enjoyed our time together. And I will see you at the feast in 2 nights. Good. Now, like I said earlier, you will be taken well care of. And thank you for standing my babbling. Now, when you do see your lord again, please give him my warmest regards.